Hey guys, welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and this is going to be a quick look at the March 2023 releases from Arrow Video. One of the reasons I wanted to do this, see, I've already done a 1-minute review for The House That Screamed, but I wanted to do a quick overview of all three of these because Serial at Midnight is one of your only complete sources of Arrow Video coverage, where I have the titles in hand and they're complete retail editions, so we should talk about them, right? So I'm going to kick it off with Black Sunday, a crazy movie. It's not a crazy movie, it's just crazy how timely it is now, because it's made in 1977. Essentially, Black Sunday is terrorists want to blow up the Goodyear blimp over an NFL football game and take out as many people as they can. The president's going to be there. They want to take him out. Like, this is like eerily, plausible at this point. You're like, well, I could see people wanting to do that. It's Robert Shaw from Jaws. Black eyes like a doll's eyes till they roll back all white. It's got Bruce Dern in it, who's great. Another great performance from Bruce Dern. And it's long. It's like 2.5 hours long, and it's one of those 70s movies that's very, like, we're not in a hurry. Let's just explore these characters, and we'll do, it's lethargic. It's a lethargic 70s movie. Would probably make a good double feature with maybe The Taking of Pelham 123. Although that movie's got that movie kind of moves. This one doesn't necessarily move. This is, I believe, the exact same transfer from Paramount that Imprint released. So if you have the Imprint version and you're wondering if this is like a new 2K scan or anything like that, no mention is made of that. I believe it's the same transfer. They have given us some, here's the original. This is the poster art that a lot of people recognize and will know. But we've got... let's see, brand new audio commentary by Josh Nelson. It Could Be Tomorrow. That's a brand new visual essay by Sergio Angelini. We've got it's not quite an hour. It's called The Directors, John Frankenheimer. They say an hour-long portrait of it's 50-something minutes, of the director from 2003. And that's highlighting, let's see, interviews with Frankenheimer, Kirk Douglas, Samuel L. Jackson, Roy Scheider. My friend Michael McCormick just perked up at the mention of Roy Scheider, Rod Steiger, and others. And then we have reversible, the reversible art. This does have, I should mention Black Sunday before Lecter. So this was, Black Sunday was a novel written by Thomas Harris, who would later write all those Hannibal, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, all that stuff. So here's the table of contents for the booklet. So, I mean, if you're a fan of Black Sunday, here's why did it take so long for this to get a non-Australian release? When this came out from Imprint, the conversation was like, finally, Black Sunday. This is a movie that should absolutely be on disc. I wonder sometimes, is it because this is too topical, or is it just, am I overthinking it? Because maybe that's what sells it. Like, hey, it could happen today. Buy it now. I don't know. We should talk about Knockabout, which is this is Golden Harvest, right? I believe this is a Golden Harvest film that is part of the, Golden Harvest under the Fortune Star umbrella. The Fortune, Fortune Star owns a lot of the Golden Harvest movies from, the classic martial arts catalog. And so this does have a new 2K restoration, but I don't think it's... Actually, it doesn't say it's new. 2K restorations from the original elements by Fortune Star on both the original Hong Kong theatrical cut and the shorter export cut. That's important. There's two versions of this movie. And there's two commentaries depending on which version you listen to. So one commentary is by... If you watch the Hong Kong cut, the original theatrical Hong Kong cut, the commentary is with... I'm looking for it, you guys. Frank Zhang and Michael Worth. And then if you watch the international export cut, that's commentary by Mike Leader and Arn Vinema. Great stuff from those guys always. You could not ask for more knowledgeable martial arts enthusiasts. This is Sammo Hung. He directed this. It's 1979. So because it's 79, it's a little bit more in the wheelhouse of the martial arts movies that I personally prefer. But it has that Sammo Hung comedy thing that I don't love. I have a really hard time with these martial arts comedy movies. I don't have a hard time with them. I can watch them, but I'm just like, they don't resonate with me. The comedy kind of erodes whatever tension that the story is trying to build for me. I just don't like. But see, here's the thing. It's a cultural thing because these movies are huge. These movies in their native territory were like, I mean, this is what people want. I think it's in the Millionaire's Express. I think it's Frank Jang who's on the commentary. And he talks about how that's what brought people to the theaters. They wanted to go and laugh together. And so these were like some of the most popular movies that you could have. So this is Knockabout. Here's the original artwork. This is the new artwork. And what do we got here? We got the 2 cuts that we talked about. We got the 2 commentaries. Archival interview with Sammo Hung. Archival interview with Brian Beardy Lung Karyan. Archival interview with Grandmaster Chan Sao Chang, a.k.a. the Monkey King. Deleted Red Room scene. Feature stars Yoon Biao and Sammo Hung, which is, I think it's the film debut of, let's see, or the, how do they put it? Gives Sammo Hung's peaking opera brother in arms, acrobatic ace Yoon Biao, his first chance at leading man status. There we go. So, I mean, there's a ton of stuff here. And we have the all-important booklets telling us, cracks me up, which I guess is the point. Oh, he made me laugh. Sammo Hung made me laugh. He's like, mission accomplished. There's the table of contents for this. Really cool. Simon Abrams is another expert. Here we have the double-sided poster here. So you like your new artwork. You like the classic stuff. Well done. And while I'm packing this up, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about The House That Screamed. I did do a 1-minute review for that. I do not want to repeat myself too much. It's a really interesting Spanish horror movie from 1970, I believe. Is it 19? I'm going to make sure, double check myself on that. Yeah. The big deal here is that, see, if you just want to watch a psychological horror movie, it bridges the gap. They even mention here, this is part of their marketing stuff. It's like it bridges the gap between Psycho and Suspiria. And that's true because it's very psychological. It's about, I don't want to say too much because it's part of it's a mystery. It just has that Euro feel, but it is like split down the middle. So it's it's before the all out horror of Suspiria, but it's in the shadow of Psycho for real. And so the interesting thing here is, like, if you just want to watch a horror movie, like a slow burn, girls in a reform school kind of a thing, like a finishing school, that's being murdered. I should mention that, being murdered. So, like sorority girl, but it's Spanish, right? It's a European film. Shot in English, though, because they made it for an export audience. They intended to export it and get as big of an audience as they could. They got American International Pictures distribution in the United States. But what's interesting here is if you're one of these people like me who's looking for more, like, well, what does it mean? Because everything's a metaphor, right? Film. And people will be like, well, you can't read too much into things. And usually you can, even if the filmmaker doesn't know it. It's these fingerprints that we talk about. Directors and writers leave fingerprints on their work, even if they don't know it. In these videos, I tell you a lot more about myself through the things that I say than what I'm actually, and I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes, but you can learn a lot about my thoughts and feelings about things on how I talk about it. My point is, it's a commentary on, like, the Franco regime in Spain and the horrible things that they've been through. Think Pan's Labyrinth, right? That's what we're talking about. This totalitarian dictatorship sort of thing where people are, like, uber controlled and they can't, the art is suppressed. So this is one of the first movies that comes along and has something to say about the way these people have been living, but it's in the guise of a horror movie. And I think that's really interesting. It's very charged with a lot of... it has a lot to say, is essentially what it is, but it's also just kind of a fun horror movie with girls in a prison sort of environment. Of course, predating all those women in prison movies. And they're not women really, and they're not in prison either, but could be. So it does have a new 2K restoration by Arrow Films, so that's brand new. It looks really good. It has the 2 version, the original 105 minutes. Hold on, I'm looking. There's a lot of stuff here, guys. 105-minute version of The Finishing School, aka La Residencia, and the 94-minute U.S. theatrical version called The House That Screamed, via seamless branching. We have brand new audio commentary by Anne Bogutskaya This Boy's Innocence, a previously unreleased interview with actor John Mulder Brown. Not going to say anything about that because there's spoilers for the movie. Archival interview with Mary Maud from the 2012 edition of the Festival of Fantastic Films. All about my mom. It's just a lot of stuff. It just goes on and on. I should have just held this up for you earlier. This video is over 10 minutes now. I was trying to keep this one to like 5 or less, but Heath has to talk about the movies that he enjoys. He can't not talk about it. That's why we're here, right? So it's interesting. Somebody said the other day, like, you could have said everything you said in just a couple of minutes. I'm like, then it would have been like a TikTok video. That's not what I'm interested in. YouTube is the one platform that we have out of all of the platforms that allows us to have longer, more meaningful conversations about things. Why would we not embrace that? So these are all three now. The Knockabout, let's see, Black Sunday and Knockabout will be out at the end of March. As I'm recording this, it'll be out like the following Tuesday. The House That Screamed shipped earlier this month. So all of these are March. And if you, I put a link in the description of every video. It's like the Cereal at Midnight Amazon link. Not that I'm encouraging anybody to buy from Amazon, but if you do use that Cereal at Midnight Amazon affiliate link, you are supporting Cereal at Midnight. So it's sort of a catch-all. In fact, any shopping that you ever do, if you use that link, you are supporting Cereal at Midnight. So we get like, it's like 3 cents on the dollar or something like that. But it all adds up, you know. The more people use it, the more it supports the channel, keeps videos like this possible, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Thanks to Arrow Video. Take care. Till next time, I will catch you later.